Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning time, whatever time it is you're listening to this. I am sat up here in the Beetle room. It's quite cold. I'm getting over some sort of flu, so my voice is a little bit sketchy. I've been doing some recording on a new song and just trying to get all the instrumental tracks down because I can't do the vocals yet, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to answer some of these questions that were sent in to us on the Instagram story that we put up yesterday. Okay, first of all, any new music? That's what we were asked. Any new music? Yes, there is new music. I'm recording it. I've already said this 5 seconds ago. So I'm recording it at the moment, and I'm recording it on a lovely vintage. I think you class it as vintage. It's 80s. Is that class as vintage when it comes to guitars? I'm not sure. Anyway, Epiphone Sheraton. It's beautiful. It plays wonderfully. So it's going to have a good sound to it. It's going to be quite rocky, of course. But it's going to be a good song. I don't know if it's going to be a single or a double single or an EP yet. There's talks of an EP. That's all I can say for now, but that might change at some point. Okay, next one. How do you record and what with? Okay. As a band or as myself, I'll answer it in both ways. Okay. So, what I do up here is I do demos and stuff, usually on the little audio thing on your phone, whatever it's called. What's it called? Let me have a look on it. It's called, voice recording thing. I don't know, it comes with all the iPhones. So, I do demos on that, and then I get onto my computer. I've got a Dell computer, and I've got a monitor, what is Dell, and the actual computer is a Optiplex 7010. I don't know if that's what it's called or what, but it's got a sticker on it that says that. It's a very powerful little bit of kit, I would say. It wasn't cheap, but I needed it to keep all the music on because the laptop I had just wasn't going to cut it when it comes to doing like 100 takes or whatever I do for a song. This is just faster, it's better, it's perfect for it. The other things I use is a interface, what is a Behringer one, I believe. I think it is because the sticker on top of it, that the logo has been covered up with a giant Epiphone sticker that I put on it. So it's Epiphone. It's not. It's a Euphoria UMC 404 HD. It's got 4 inputs and 4 controls on it: stereo mix, mono mix, headphone monitoring, all that sort of lovely stuff. It's a powered little interface. It's a good one. I've had it for quite a few years now, so it's never caused any trouble. And it's quite sturdy as well. It's metal, so you might be able to hear it. Let me knock it. There you go. That's like one of these ASMR or whatever it is. I'm going to start tapping my fingernails on stuff, So basically everything goes through that. If it be my amps, my pedals, guitar, mic, everything just goes through that little interface. It's a good one. As far as amps go, I don't really record with the amps. A couple of times I've mic'd them up, but it's just a bit of a hassle, Both for me, other people, I don't care. But for me, it's a bit of a hassle to do it all and get it all right. And this Beetle room is a little bit echoey and stuff, so it's easier to just plug it into the interface and put a plug-in into it, really. I've got an AC, I think it's an AC15. I think. I'm not sure. It's a big old Vox amp. It's a big one. I got it off a guy who plays John Lennon. I forgot his name now, but he's probably not listening to this anyway. But he delivered it to me a few years ago in the back of a Mini, actually. So it's quite a big Vox amp, and it was like taking up most of the back seat, if I remember correctly, or the boot. It was taking up a lot of space. It's a big old amp. It's good. I took it with me to Bath a few years ago when we played in the Egg Theatre, and I had to carry it from one side of Bath to the other. It was basically right across the whole city with this flipping heavy Vox amp, The other amp I've got other little amps, but the two main ones is that one, and I've got a Champion 100 Fender amp. That is a very good one too, and I use that one, I don't know, maybe it's slightly more than a Vox. And do you know why? Because I can get to the plug easier up here for that one to turn it on. That's the only reason, really, because they both sound great. So yeah, that's what it is. It's just pure laziness, really. Right, now moving on to my microphone, I've got a Neumann condenser mic. I'm not sure on the model of it. It's not the tiny one, but it's not like the huge one. It's just like a middle size. It's very good, very sturdy. It's done well over the last 3-4 years, maybe 3 or 4 years. I've had it probably around this sort of time, 4 years ago. I'm thinking. Don't hold me to that. But I've got a couple of other condenser microphones, little ones that are cheaper, like Gear for Music ones and that, and they're fine, but they haven't got the strength for this one. This one is just nice and much easier to use, really, because the other one you've got to get a lot closer to the mic. You've got to tweak stuff on the interface. It's, you know, as I said already, I'm just trying to do the easiest way out of stuff. So it's easier to get the good mic and then just sit here and yabber on or record, and that's what I'm doing. So as far as leads go, I'm just whatever leads I can get hold of, really, for the guitars, as long as they're good ones. The ones that have lasted the least amount of time I have found for myself were the ones that are like fabric round, whatever you call those ones, but they didn't last very long. I've got a Fender now, a blue Fender instrument jack cable, whatever you want to call it, and that's gone for about a year now, so that's probably my longest running guitar lead. So I'm kind of impressed by that. I might have to get another one at some point when all the record sales come in. I'll buy myself another one. There you go down to Absolute Music in Poole and buy myself one, because they're expensive, but I'll just go on Amazon. We'll just go on Amazon, get it next day. That's what we'll do. Get ourselves some Prime. As far as actual recording software goes, I'm very, very simple when it comes to that. We use Audacity, a little bit of BandLab, but I've never really got to grips with that one, really. I don't know, I don't click with it. Audacity is very simple, it's very good, I like it, straightforward. You've got to do a bit more work on it to get things sounding right, by like bringing things in from here and there and editing them in other ways and putting them all together. So it's probably not as posh as like Pro Tools and stuff, but it's nowhere near as expensive because it's free. So therefore, it's a winner as far as I'm concerned. And I use a good old pedal, but there's a question about that coming up, so I won't talk about it. So that brings us on to the next question, what is, do you use effects pedals? Yes, I have quite a few, but I don't use them. Not in the old-fashioned sense of having like a pedal board all lined up, you know, posh, look how many colours I've got, sort of stuff. No, I've got one that I use every day near enough. What is a Line 6 HX Stomp pedal? What's got bloody hundreds of options on it. It's like a million pedals in one, so it's pretty good. I don't know why I'd want the other ones when I got there. Okay, you can stomp on the other ones and change them halfway through the songs, but I don't really need to do that. I'm quite happy with just having like one sound per song, altering it if I have to, giving it a stomp, you know. Because most of the songs I'm going to play are Beatles songs on it, or Oasis songs, and similar sort of stuff. So it's going to be the same sort of sounds. It's not going to be anything adventurous, like when you get these people on the streets who can kind of like do like a loop, and they do like 6 or 7 different parts on it and keep looping it. Just one person. It's like, it's impressive, but I'm not doing that up here. You know, I don't know how you do it. I've got a looper pedal. Can't use the fucker. Never been able to figure out how to loop it perfectly. Nope. Not happening. One day I might actually sit down and learn to use a looper, but I doubt it. It might happen one day when I'm bored. If it does, it'll be on Instagram probably. But yeah, that's a very good little pedal. You program it on the computer, and then it locks it into the pedal, and you can switch through the different settings and stuff whilst you're still playing quite quickly. You know, in between songs, it's quite good. It's sturdy again, nice and heavy. Taking it out a few times, and it works quite well. It did go to Liverpool with us, but at that time we didn't know how to use it properly because I only had it a few weeks, so it didn't really overly go to plan with that one. Okay, next we've got, how many guitars have you got all together as a band? Ooh. Okay. I can't think about Ben's really. I'm going to try and start with his, if I can remember rightly, so he can correct me, as he's not here. He's got a silver telly, so that's one. He's got a Les Paul. He's got two Hofners, because I got one of them. He's got a Rickenbacker style bass, what I got him. He's got a Fender acoustic that I got him. He's got a 12-string. He's got a Dove. I know that much. Am I leaving anything out? I don't think I have. Oh, he's got a fretless bass. Acoustic, I think it was. And a little parlour guitar, because he got it delivered to us when we were in Bath. So yeah, there's like 10, I think. So if Ben's 10, I'm making a note of this. Celeste's got 2 guitars, because I brought her one of them. This is back in the days when I had money before I was a struggling musician and all that stuff. Now I just have to try and find a way of paying off my actual guitars I've got on credit. So give us some tips, eh? Okay. Choking on myself now. I'm choking on myself. Okay. My guitars. I've got replica Rickenbackers, 3 of those. I've got a Rockley guitar. I've got 2 Hofner basses. I've got a Epiphone acoustic, another Epiphone acoustic, a Gretsch. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Les Pauls. Casinos. Oh, I can't keep count of it. I think I've got about 37. I think it's 37 guitars I've got. So, all in all, we must have 40 plus guitars. What we use, or we can use anyway. So that's kind of impressive, I suppose. I think that would look nice, all lined up at the back of the stage. Like, look at all these cool guitars, you know, cool. What else have I got? Have I got any more? I'm pretty sure it's around 37-ish, probably, that I can use. A few of them need minor repairs and stuff, but we'll get round to that one day, I'm sure. One day. Around the same time I figure out how to play a looper pedal. Probably around that sort of time. Right. Opinions on the Cavern Club. I hate it. I hate the Cavern Club. I always have. No. The Cavern Club is great. It's a magical, I think, a magical place. It's I don't know how you can't enjoy yourself there. There was once a woman, I remember I put on Facebook that, I want to go to the Cavern Club one day, because at this point I had never been to Liverpool or anywhere like that. So she was like, don't go because the tables are sticky and the floors aren't carpeted and there's this and there's that. I was like, what? She was one of these people complaining about everything, because I remember I put on there, we've been and done this gig at a theatre, put a photograph of a theatre on there. That looks like a shithole. And she was one of these women who just, she was on Instagram and Facebook just to cause trouble, you know. There's a lot of people like that. Men, women, dogs, cats, I don't know. There's loads of people on there who try and do that, but she was one of them. And how you can't go into the Cavern Club as a music lover, or as a tourist, or as a Beatle lover especially, and not love it, is beyond me. Pardon me. Completely beyond me how that is even possible to not enjoy it. Yeah, it's great. I remember when I first went down there, I was expecting it to be a lot darker, a lot colder than it was. In your head, you build it up to be like, oh wow, of course, you're like, oh, it was sweaty and hot with the Beatles playing there, but it's not quite their energy at 2:30 in the afternoon on a Friday afternoon. It's much quieter. What isn't a bad thing. It's quite nice. But yeah, the Cavern Club's wonderful. The back area of the Cavern Club, the Cavern Live Lounge, that's great as well. That's more just like music clubby, not music, like music bar sort of stuff. It's not quite so iconic feeling, even though Paul McCartney has played on that stage, because I've seen the photographs of it. And like, who was it the other week? Cast was playing there. Yeah, there's probably been more people on that backstage now than there is on the new front stage, because the whole building's moved ever so slightly. So that is still a nice part of the club, but of course the front part of it with the iconic painted backside of the stage. Painted backside, you know what I mean. The backdrop, the back of the stage, whatever you want to call it, iconic. So it is a great, great club. So anyone who says it's not, fuck them. I don't believe them. You might not like some of the bands that play there. I don't know. Maybe you don't like Beatles if you're not why listening to this, But it's a cool place. Must go there. Also, I want to go back and play a gig, so I'm going to keep on about this until we get it. Eventually we will. Right, next one. Last song by an independent artist that you listen to. Okay, so a person who asked me this doesn't follow us, so where this question came from, I'm not quite sure. I don't listen to much independent music, I've got to be honest with you. All the songs I listen to basically are ones that I'm going to play, or they are Oasis, Beatles songs, that sort of stuff, connected to that. So the last one I actually did listen to was yesterday. Yesterday I did actually listen to a song what was called Metroland. It was by Dan Wicks, and he follows this page. We have done a podcast with him before. I did one at the beginning of the year, I think it was, last year. And also we did a YouTube special where I did some songs. Ben done a song, Celeste done some drums and stuff. And he done an interview on that for us. So Dan Wicks has brought out a song, what is called Metroland. Very good, especially the chorus. I was like, oh, tasty chorus. All of it's good, but there's always that one part of a song what's like the tasty part. The rest of it's nice, and when you get up the tasty bit, well, to me that's how it is anyway. All songs have a tasty part on it. Next question is 5 dream gigs. Okay, so we've got Cavern Club, of course. Where else could we have? I would like to play. This is going to sound really lame to some music people probably, but don't give a fuck. The centre stage area of Butlins in Minehead. That would be a big dream come true for me, because that's where the music and love of music came from. That if it wasn't for that building and that holiday camp and that town, I wouldn't be doing this. All your ears would be much healthier not having to listen to me. So that place is to thank for that, or to blame, depending who you're asking. But yeah, that will be like my Everest. About wow, that would be the one. I think that one and the Cavern Club will be the number one places I would want to play. Full stop, because nothing comes close to those in my opinion. I would like to play Nebworth. Why not? Because all the big names have played Nebworth. That'll be kind of cool to play Nebworth. I wouldn't be overly fussed about doing festivals or Glastonbury and stuff, because I'm not big on festival idea. I mean, I'd do it. Someone pays us, I'll do it. But Where else is there? Royal Albert Hall. I would like to do it there. That would be really cool. And also, this is quite local. Pavilion Theatre in Bournemouth. Well, it's the first place I saw the bootleg Beatles. What again kind of pushed me to start all this sort of stuff. I'm going to see tribute bands there and things like that. So, yeah, that will be what it was. It'll be Centre Stage and Cavern Club and all the other ones that I said, but those two are the top ones. Let's be honest. Centre Stage and Cavern Club are the number one. So if either of those people want to reach out to us, organise 1,000 dates at either of them, I'll do it. I'll find out a way of doing it. I'll rob a bank to get there. Right, we've got one more here, and then I'll let you get on with your days. I'll shut up. I'll stop this recording. Okay. How do you go viral with your music? I don't know if this is a serious question or, sarcasm, because we haven't gone viral. I don't understand how some people go viral. There are a lot of people who do good music. I've seen them on there for, suggested follows, suggested fans, and they're all these band pages, and they're really good bands, really good singers, and you look at them, they got like 2,000, 3,000 followers. What's a lot more than we have now. But on the grand scheme of things, it's not a big number. And then you've got these other people who really are very poor, or they're just mediocre at best. I'm not saying anyone's complete shit, but there's other people who are not as good as the ones who have got 3,000 followers, and they've got like 75,000 followers, 45,000, 100,000 followers, and I can't figure out for the life of me what it is when both of them are doing the same sort of thing. Do they pay more advertising? Is that how it happens? I don't know. If that is, then I'm really screwed because I can't afford the advertising. But I don't know how you go viral. If I knew, then we'd be viral by now, I'm sure. I always would hope it would be hard work and actual love of music and some sort of talent. That's not always the case, though. Sometimes I think people follow people just because, maybe to make fun of them. Well, isn't nice. That isn't nice, unless that's the intention of a page, to poke fun at yourself. I don't know, but yeah, I don't know how you go viral. I'd like to know. I'd like to know what people's secrets are on how you do that. Maybe you need to go online and be like, oh, please follow me, please, begging people. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Or maybe you've got to do loads of ASMR and review everyday foods. This is my first time I've ever eaten a Big Mac. No, it's not. I've never tried a McDonald's before. Yes, you have. You know what I mean? It's obviously put on. I don't know what that's got to do with music, though. But does that help get followers? I don't know. So I'm just going to keep on doing what we're doing. We're just going to keep on plugging away and hope people enjoy it. And that was the last. There's other questions there, but they were all the same sort of questions that I answered in the other ones, so not much interest to you. I'm going to end this around this sort of time. In the future, we'll have some guests on, hopefully. Ben might turn up. So if everyone makes enough noise and says, Ben, get on here, he might get on here. Hopefully he's listening. Are you listening, Ben? Are you listening? Hey, Benjamin. Celeste will be on here at some point as well. So we'll see how this all pans out. Hopefully you'll enjoy this, at least a little bit. Or just have it in the background whilst you're making dinner, or as a sleeping pill. I'm not really sure. But have a good day. Have a good evening. May God spank you. And good night.